Hey guys, ignore the lines on the screen. But I wanted to film this. I don't have a ton of cause I don't have a charger in here right now, and you guys are gonna die in like 20 minutes. But I want to film this because I want to talk about my career kind of. And I want to give tips in case any of you are thinking about going in the way that I am. Social media, performing, dancing, acting, singing, that sort of area. Some tips that I learned. Some of them I had to learn the hard way. And that's good. And some of them just aren't fun. But they're something that you just have to deal with. Start with dance. We're going to start with dance. Dancing is expensive. First up, that's expensive. Like, it's an expensive thing, but well worth doing. It's a lot of fun, and that's great. But the thing with dance, or at least for me, is that sometimes with dance you do have to give up things. Like, sometimes with dance it's not like, oh, I create my schedule. No, it's that I sign up for dance. My parents pay the money. I slowly pay them back. And I do the schedule that is already set. I didn't have a say in setting the schedule situation. With having a set schedule that you just have to go by, or while you're doing it, can be hard because that can be hard sometimes. Sometimes it's good and it seems normal, but there is times when it does get hard. Like, if you're say there's a day when maybe you're gonna get family time, and you don't get family time too often. We're using this as an example. And you have dance at 4:30 that day, and you have dance at 4:30 that day, and your family's gonna get there at 3:30, and they're staying till 7, but you don't get out of dance until 7. And sorry, you're gonna miss family time, and you just have to deal with it. Like, that's the thing, is having a set schedule can be good and bad. Good because it keeps you organized, but bad because sometimes you have to miss out on things, even though you don't want to. But it's either like, oh, miss out on dance, or could potentially missing out on dance could potentially ruin your career in dance, because maybe in that class you were going to get an opportunity that could change your life and help your career, but no, you missed out on it, so now everyone's going to be like, oh, you're not a dedicated dancer. I'm not that type of person, and that is just an example, but sometimes people are mean, and you just gotta sit back. Because in dance, the thing is that you do have to give up stuff. And I give up a lot. I made videos saying what my parents gave up a lot, what I gave up. And yes, that's hard. Giving up family time for me is because I don't get it all the time. Because most of my family some of my family, I'm gonna go with some of my family, we live farther away. So they're not right down the street. Some of them are, but don't come over. So 24/7, and that's normal, and that's fine. And some of them live hours away. And we have family that lives over 12 hours away. Like, that's fun. But, like, at the same time, I feel like on social media with my platform, it kind of my place to where I can kind of talk about it and, like, vent about it for a minute, and not in, like, a better area, like, because you guys know that, like, I might vent about it every once in a while. Like, for a minute I might go on a rant because maybe it's starting to get to me. But then, and 2 minutes later, I'm still gonna have that as an issue, but I'm gonna be fine. And that's the thing, because in dance, sometimes, like, this is a big tip, which sometimes, like, I watch social media a lot, and sometimes I'll see on social media someone will be a dancer or something, and then they'll be like, well, I gave up, and I had to leave home and stuff and give up all of this because I'm a dancer and stuff for my career. And I'm like, it gets annoying because sometimes you have to understand as a dancer, you're not the only one that gave up stuff. A lot of the time dancers give up stuff all the time. Whether it's family time, whether it's going to the mall with their friends, whether it's going to a party, whether it's something else, like dancers give up stuff sometimes. And it kind of is hard because it's hard. It is hard. Especially for everyone. But the thing with dancing, I feel like sometimes people like take it and make it seem like they're the only ones that gave up stuff. When really, then if you're that type of person, you might need a reality check. Not trying to be rude here, by the way. Like, this is like tips and just things that come along with my career. Because this is the biggest tip that I could give, which is never or think you're the only one that gave up stuff. Because the chances are there's someone out there doing the same thing that you are, but gave up a lot more to do it. And they learned how to deal with it. That's like a big tip that I would give. But with dances, one of the things I feel like it's good and bad because it's really hard sometimes. There's times when it's hard. There's times when I'm dancing and it feels like times when I'm just dancing and not always the group where I think about every side of things. Like when I'm dancing, sometimes there's moments when I'm thinking about it all. And this happened at one point. This, like at the very, very beginning, this was kind of what was happening with that, and it started after the first worldwide. Yeah, it started after the first worldwide, which was that I did, like, the entire very, very beginning, like, the first, 4 weeks, I'm going to say maybe the first month or so. Every time I would log on, my mind went to everything else. Like, instead of just focusing on the dancing and enjoying the dancing, my mind was on millions of things at once. It was like, yes, part of my mind was like the dancing and listening to the teachers. Part of my mind was like enjoying it and trying to really love it and have fun with it. Part of my mind was on the money side. I like thinking about how lucky I am that my parents basically gave up $300, well, $299 just for me to dance for 3 months and stuff, which got me well over 60 classes. It got me a lot of classes and stuff. And then how thankful I am that they did that. And it's not just dance classes. It's dance classes with the ALDC, the Abbey Lee Dance Company. And then part of my mind was on like the fact that I missed my crush and how I kind of always dreamed that if I ever got to train with the ALDC, which I never thought would happen, and that I would be with my crush, and I wasn't. And part of my mind, part of my mind was like on the, oh, this is a lot of hard work, but it's well worth it, and I love it. And part of my mind was just on the fact that I gave up a lot to dance. I gave up family time. I gave up the freedom of like not have to, like being able to do things like go places with my family whenever and not worrying about being in home at this time. Like my mind was on a lot of things at once. Part of, like, it was kind of just like there's so much that goes on and it's hard to explain it all sometimes, and that's why, like, when I make videos, you know, talking about why I gave up, I never want to seem like I'm the only one that ever gave up anything, because I'm not. There's thousands, if not thousands, and millions of dancers out there that give up things and worse things, or like give up better things out there almost all the time. So for me to give up some stuff to dance, like, I shouldn't be complaining about too much, but it is hard, and kind of like I never want to come out as like I make you think, oh, I'm the only one that gave up stuff, because I'm not. And I realize that, but that doesn't change the fact that it's not always easy. Like, and then for me, like right now, even right now, just looking over there, I have all papers of like goals and things I want to have. Two of them are a few of them are not up to me, because a couple of them are kind of up to you guys, which is hit 100 subscribers, hit 200 subscribers, hit, wait, let me find it. Oh wait, that's already marked off. Anything on here? Nope. Anything on, oh wait, this one's marked. Mm. Mm. Yep. Okay. I thought there was something for Instagram, and there was, but it's already marked off. So we're good. But even then, like looking over there, and there I have like all of these things that are goals. And it's a lot to look at. Like, it's a lot because a lot of them kind of are categorized under the same thing, which acro and tumbling, like acrobatics and tumbling. But, and then the flexibility and the balance. But other than that, pretty good. In good for me. But that's a lot. And like, with what I do, it is hard because you never know when someone's gonna say something about you. And this was one of those things that I had to learn. I had to learn the hard way, but I came in kind of knowing it. And the reason I say this is because I'm not gonna get into the full, but I'm gonna kind of explain, which is that, like, I knew coming into social media, there's gonna be hate. I've been lucky, really lucky, and haven't gotten that much. But I will say one thing though, which is that a quick little story that I'm going to go into really quickly. A while ago. This happened during the summer worldwide. I was on Zoom. Enjoying a Monday dance class. And I thought for a second, I thought the girls in person said something mean about me, but I realized they didn't. What happened was I was wearing this really crazy, outgoing flip sequin rainbow skirt, and I was dancing in it. And I had it pulled up over my outfit, some bows attached, to keep it attached to my dance top, and I came into conversation apparently, cause someone said, and she's gonna wear that to dance, at first I went wait, this can be bad or good. And at first I don't think they realized that they were not on mute, but then, and they ended up talking good. I don't send any hate towards any of them, because they weren't talking bad. They were just kind of surprised with the look, which is normal. It's an outgoing look. Sometimes people are gonna be surprised by it. I was even kind of surprised by the fact that I chose to wear it that day, but I did. And that's okay, but you never know when it's gonna be good, when people are gonna say something good about you, or great, or negative, or really horrible. But the thing that you have to understand, if it's a teacher or someone telling you something to fix about your dancing, it's not them being rude. It's not them being mean. It's them trying to help you. It's them trying to help you so you know what to fix. Because this is one big tip that I will say. And which is never come into the dance world. Never become part of, never do what I do, essentially, and think you're the best. Never think it. Even if someone tells you you're the best, you never want to get that idea in your head. First off, for 2 reasons. First off, it makes you look like a really rude, horrible person, and kind of bratty. But also, it can get to your head because then that's all you think, and then it causes you to stop working hard. It causes you to think, oh, I'm already the best, so I don't need to show up to class anymore. I don't need to do anything anymore because I'm already the best. You're not going to get any better, because chances are that if that's what you choose to do, and someone else out there is beating you because they are in class, they are training, they are getting better. And one day, you're going to be more successful than you. So you always want to stay working, and you never want to assume you're the best or assume you're the most fabulous person ever, because there isn't such thing. And what I like to think of is that sometimes there is such thing as being the best at a competition, and because you won the competition, the dance competition. Yes, there's that situation of being the best, but never assume you're the best dancer in the world, because there isn't such thing. And there's a lot of really great, talented people out there, and there's always going to be someone better than you out there. And that is a reason, that gives you a reason to work even harder. So it gives you a reason to work hard. Like Abby taught us, and this is something I haven't actually done in a while. Well, and part of this, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna actually, the thing about this, and I think I have an idea, though, of who I'm going to pick. Which is Abby taught us something, Miranda taught us this, Gianna taught us this, a lot of teachers taught us this, which is pick someone. When you are in a dance class, pick someone who is better than you. Pick someone who's like maybe the best in the class. Or I like to pick someone better than me, but not like whichever you choose. Either the best in the class or someone slightly better than you. Watch them. Because it's gonna make you work even harder to beat them and be better than them. And then they're gonna have to look back and be like, oh wait, hey, I should watch this person and try to be better than them. And it kind of, because in dance, everything's a competition. Dance is a competitive thing. There's your team, which is great, and your team is amazing. But even then, sometimes your team is against each other in some cases when multiple people on your team have solos or multiple people on your team have duets. Then let's say there's 2 duets, at which are 4 people on your team. 2 of them are in one duet, 2 of them are in another. We're gonna make full-blown example. Let's say one duet is a lyrical piece about being about someone being torn apart. Like it's a duet about someone being torn apart, or in emotions, and because they have a decision to make and they don't know what decision. Both options don't seem great. And then the other person in the duet is like their best friend trying to help them. That's example one. And then the other duet is a hip-hop routine about being divas and like being divas and high-end fashion model, like divas with like this attitude and like this look and this personality and stuff. And the duets are competing up against each other. That's competition. Dance is a competition. But it's also like never, here's what I like to say. A dance is a competition and you are oftentimes trying to beat everyone, even if it's on your team. But also remember your team. That's what I like to do in like these Zoom classes. Is yes, I try to beat everyone and work hard and be a better dancer than all of them. But at the same time, they're still like part of my team, and that makes sense for that time period. Just like I'm trying to make the ALDC look better. Like I'm not trying to like come in and be the best dancer there. Yes, I'm working towards it. And yes, that's a dream and something that I work on. But even then, I know all of the dancers are still training. They're still thinking smart. Some of them have the upper hand because some of them are going to dance competitions on weekends. And I'm here filming and stuff. But like, I'm not trying to hurt the ALDC. I'm trying to. So when Abby decides one day to post a video of me or something on her Instagram story that I tag her in, I want it to look good because it makes the ALDC look good. Peace out. Don't take this as me being rude. Please don't.